welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a spoiler review of a book that I had read years ago, around, 2013 maybe? When the movie came out around that year. So I'm just going to check very quickly when it came out. 2015. The movie came out in 2015. So I've read it back then, and I did not like it back then that much. Maybe I was in a reading slump. That's what I'm telling myself. Because I remember that I was really in a slump when I read it the first time. But even now, rereading it years later, it's still not the best book. So I read The Choice by Nicholas Sparks. And I mean, the idea of this book is really good. I do like where it takes place and all of that, because it takes place in Beaufort, North Carolina. And Beaufort is like extremely pretty place. Like, if you have a chance, go and look online at Beaufort. It's like really pretty. Anyway, but you follow Travis and Gabby. They are neighbors, and Gabby has a boyfriend, and she's a doctor. He's a vet, a veterinarian, so basically he takes care of her dog that got pregnant by this random dog. And they start hanging out, and then they're like, oh, hey, you're my neighbor, right? And they start hanging out. And then he starts inviting her to things, and she has a boyfriend, so she's like, you're nice and all, but like, you're not, I mean, I have a boyfriend, so, but he keeps insisting and inviting her to do things, and she lets go of her boyfriend to go and marry Travis, who's not even like the best guy. He's a red flag. Like, there's a lot of things that he does that I'm like, no. Like, the fact that he invites her on a date when clearly she has said she has a boyfriend, and like, she's also a red flag because of the things she does. At one point, her boyfriend calls her one evening. He's on a business trip, but the business trip, he also, like, after his day, he just goes to clubs and just, like, unwind. But she is on the phone with him, but she's in Travis's arms while she is talking to her boyfriend, and she's like, oh, hey, what are you doing? And then she's like, just trying to, like, feel like her, that in her voice, she's not, like, betraying her boyfriend and, like, making sure that he doesn't understand that she's in the arms of someone else. And I was like, this is so stupid. If you don't want to be with that guy, just, I don't know, dump him right there. But, like, or, like, why are you, like, cheating on your boyfriend to be with a neighbor you barely know? Because she had just moved there with her boyfriend, who they bought this house together, and they would, like, live there together. But yeah, and then they get married. Gabby and Travis, they get married. And, okay, I mean, sure, you want to be with him, sure, marry him. But, and then they have kids together, and life is good, and everything is good, until there's a huge storm. And Travis has to go to work, and he brings Gabby to work as well. And since it's a huge storm, and in North Carolina they have pretty big storms, he has the brilliant idea to drive fast. And Gabby tells him, slow down, it's dangerous, you don't see much in the mirror, like in the, you don't see much of the road because of the heavy rain. He does not listen. He does not listen at all. He keeps driving very fast. He causes an accident. She ends up in a coma. And it's so stupid because, well, for most of, like, the first part of the book, Honestly, like, maybe, yeah, this basically, like, maybe half of this is basically them being together and things and life, whatever, their life together. And then all of this is basically just him trying to figure out what to do after the accident. Because she ends up in a coma. And they had a conversation before it happened. Because since she's a nurse or a doctor, she knows how hard it can be for someone who has those issues. So there's this guy that she sees every single day at the hospital who goes and see his wife that is also in a coma, and that she even mentions that at one point she meets this guy in a like not a restaurant but the grocery store, and he's there and he's got like he smells like alcohol because he was drunk at the grocery store. And she explains that the guy lost his job, lost his house, and basically lost his wife because she is in a coma. So Gabby tells her husband, well, I feel like at that point it would have been better if his wife had died and not been in a coma, because he wouldn't have to, go through all of that. But I mean, it's not her decision to take, but it's what she thinks. But when she ends up herself in a coma, she has asked in her will that before, if something ever happened to her, to just let her go. And for half of the part of the book, Travis doesn't know what he should do. Let her go or not? Why don't you just follow your wife's wishes? I mean, that's what she wants, right? She made her choice. Like, that's what she wants. But no, he cannot let her go. Like, his reasoning is like, I'll love her too much to let her go. Really? Really? If you loved her that much, you would actually let her go if that's what she wants. But she ends up in a hospital for a while, and then the day that he has to take the decision to plug her, he does not want to. So he sends her to like a nursing home to like be cared for. And it's like, okay. But also, she has been doing all the work in the house, like taking care of the girls. There are two girls that are like young, so like 9 years old. She has been doing that. He has not done any of that. And he doesn't even know how to care for his own daughters. And like, yeah, he's terrible. Like, he's a terrible person. Um, but yeah, but in the end, she gets better and they're still together, which, yeah, I really did not, like that. It's weird. Um, it was a weird book, but I mean, they love each other, I guess, but at the same time, no, it was just, I didn't like that book. I did not like it. So, yeah. Oh, the bunny's complaining now. Oh, and there's one detail in the book that I thought was very dumb. Gabby was like, it would be easy not to flirt with Travis if he was ugly. What? Beauty has nothing to do with liking someone or not. I mean, okay. But yeah, and there's also like a scene where she obviously she had to ask for Travis's help before they started dating because something happened with her dog, because her dog got pregnant. And yeah, but yeah, they just ended up together, and I really didn't think that they were meant to be together. Um, anyway, so I read The Choice. I gave it 3 stars. It was entertaining, but definitely not the best book that I read this year. And yeah, this is gonna go into pile of on haul. And then I enjoy the bunny. Oh, sorry, her butt is a little dirty. Um, she's so cute.